agent, nakuha na niya ang kanyang benepisyo.
Ako po si Bobby Tibroho, 64 years old. Isa po akong unionista na nagtatrabaho bilang Education, Advocacy at Organizational Development Director. Dahil sa aking trabaho, sinusundan ko ang lahat ng mga makabagong teknolohiya sa finance industry at dahil dito ay isa ako sa mga unang gumamit ng mga payment at e-wallet apps. Napaka-convenient para sa akin ang gumamit ng e-wallet dahil hindi ko na kailangan lumabas ng bahay para pumunta sa mga bayad center at tumanggap at magpadala ng pera. Sa e-wallet, mabilis ko nang nababayaran ang aking mga bills sa tubig, kuryente at sa internet. Pati po yung pagpapadala ng pera para sa mga nangangailangan kong kaibigan ay dinadaan ko na rin sa e-wallet. Pag may gusto akong bilhin, binabayaran ko po online. Hindi ako nahihirapang magbukas ng mga e-wallet accounts ko. Mabilis lang. Nag-download ako ng app, sinunod ko ang instructions, pagkatapos ay pinadala ko ang screenshot ng aking ID at nag-selfie ako para mai-upload ang mga detalye sa online mobile app. Less than 30 minutes ang proseso. Kaya nagamit ko na siya agad. So, no sweat.
Ako po si Engineer Don Orido, Presidente ng Philippine Society of Construction Safety Practitioners. Ako po ay 26 years na sa construction industry. Mahalaga po ang magkaroon ng transaction account. May mga kapatid at kamag-anak akong OFW at dahil may transaction account ako, mas mabilis nilang ipapadala sa akin at sa kanilang pamilya ang remittances. Ang padalang pamasko o birthday ay natatanggap namin agad. Sa loob lamang ng 15 minutes, nasa amin na ang pera.
Ako po si Skipper sa Maniego Ripa, isa pong safety officer. Yung sa akin personally, I use basic deposit account and BDA para sa aking financial obligations. Maaari kong magamit ng BDA's interbanking capability. Halimbawa, may babayaran sa ibang banks like loans or bayarin sa tubig at kuryente, di na kailangan magbukas ng another bank account or e-money account. I can use my existing BDA account and transact it through e-banking. It is very convenient.
Ako si Louis Medalla. 12 years na ako sa construction industry. Ang pagtatrabaho sa construction site ay may nakaakibat na hindi naasaang pangyayari o aksidente. Kaya naman, nagpursige akong magkaroon ng insurance. Binabayaran ko ito sa pamamagitan ng auto-debit fund transfer mula sa aking bank account. Kung may mangyari man sa akin, panatag ang aking isipan dahil may insurance ako.
Ako po si Hinaro, isang electrician po. Ang sweldo ko po tuwing linggo ay pumapasok sa bank account ko. Nawi-withdraw ko ito through ATM. Madaling nakakarating sa magulang ko at mga kapatid ko ang allowance nila dahil diretso ang padala ko sa kanila. Ang advantage nito ay protektado ang pinaghirapang kita. Iwas hold up pa. Yung cash na kailangan ko sa pang-araw-araw, yun lang ang binabudget ko at nakakaipon pa ako.
Ako po si Deborah Silva Bernaldez. May isa po kong anak na babae at nagtatrabaho po ako bilang isang secretary. Ang sweldo namin mag-asawa ay pumapasok sa aming payroll account. Ang pinaghirapan naming sweldo, safe dahil sa account. Kailangan ring paghandaan ang kinabukasan kaya mahalagang mag-budget. Kaya nagbukas kami ng separate bank account para makapag-save at maglaan para sa emergency fund. Bilang isang ina, marami akong responsibilidad at gawain. Buti at mayroong mga paraan na tipid sa oras, pagod at gastos. Sa mga bills, mas madaling gamitin ang aking e-money account para sa utilities tulad ng kuryente, tubig, internet at credit card. Ginagamit ko naman ang aking bank account debit card para sa online grocery shopping, car loan at tuition fee ng aking anak. Safe at convenient ito. Hindi ko na kailangan lumabas ng bahay. Ganun lang kadali, kabilis at sigurado ang transaksyon pag may account. Mas marami pa akong oras para makipaglaro sa aking anak.
Hi, I am Jay Amatong and I am here at the Fort San Antonio Abad in the middle of the BSP head office here in Manila. Did you know that this site was declared a National Cultural Treasure by the National Museum of the Philippines? It was built in 1584 but was severely damaged by World War II. Following the British occupation, it was rebuilt to improve the defenses of Manila in 1764. Interesting, right? Equally as interesting and historical is the very first 2021 BSP Youth Summit. Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya, i-digital mo na. And you are watching that now. This afternoon, we will be talking about the role of digitalization and how it improves our lives. For example, I am here at the Fort Abad in Manila, but in a snap of a finger, ngayon, nandito na ako sa Governor's Hall ng BSP Head Office, kung saan gaganapin ang Youth Summit natin. By the way, we have 23 regional and branch offices located all over the country, just like the 35,000 young Filipinos who have registered for this event. And wherever you are, you can still attend this event by watching this live stream on Facebook. Ang galing, di ba? Meron din tayong live interpretations in Cebuano and Ilocano. Check the caption of this live stream, then i-click nyo lang kung anong stream ang gusto nyong panoorin. Handa na ba kayo? Let's get this party started. Welcome to the 2021 BSP Youth Summit. We have a lot of exciting activities for you this afternoon.
Bago ang lahat, let me remind you that we will randomly pick sharers for this Facebook live stream. These lucky individuals will win exclusive prizes and giveaways. By the way, I'm Denise and I am your co-host for this year's BSP Youth Summit.
Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya, i-digital mo na. And to begin formally with our activities, let us please rise for the Philippine National Anthem.
Bilang isang millennial kagaya ninyo, it is both an honor and an opportunity to be involved with BSP's projects aligned with digital transformation. This afternoon, it is with great pleasure to introduce 3 empowered women leaders in the BSP who made great strides in digitization and financial inclusion. Let us welcome Director Joy Suficiencia, Assistant Governor Arifa Ala, and Assistant Governor Lynn Javier.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 BSP Youth Summit. We are excited to have all of you with us today. We at the BSP recognize that our digital savvy and resourceful kabataan is a crucial target segment of the BSP's financial inclusion agenda. This is why we are working to establish platforms of opportunities that will draw out their full potential. Our initiatives include crafting regulations and championing legislative and government programs that support inclusive finance. These aim to create a level playing field for all Filipinos, poor or rich, young or old, to be able to benefit from and contribute to our formal financial system. Your role as ambassadors of financial inclusion and digital transformation is more important than ever. Let us all continue to work together to propel the country forward into the new economy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to discuss with you all the BSP's role in promoting financial inclusion and digitalization by establishing an Islamic banking and finance system. We continue to recognize that majority of the Filipino people still do not have formal bank accounts. We also recognize that the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao continues to be the most unbanked region in the Philippines, and that many of the Muslim Filipinos, particularly those residing in the BARM, choose not to transact with a conventional banking system because the products being offered therein are interest-based, which is not allowed in Islam. If we establish an Islamic banking and finance system, we provide the Filipino people with more choices and an alternative financing mode that can address the requirements. In all of these initiatives, we take advantage of technological innovations and digitalization in trying to hurdle financial inclusion barriers. Financial institutions, including Islamic banks, should take advantage of digitalization in bringing their products and services faster and closer to the Filipino people.
Climate change is a serious issue that significantly impacts the youth and future generations. This, along with the pandemic, has affected and will continue to affect the lives and livelihood of Filipinos. In this regard, the BSP adopted the Sustainable Central Banking Program to fulfill its duties as an enabler, mobilizer, and doer in advocating sustainability in the financial system. To enable, by issuing policies promoting the adoption of sustainability principles in the financial industry. To mobilize, by making sustainability goals a priority agenda. And doing, by likewise embracing and embedding sustainability principles within the Bangko Sentral. To facilitate this, the BSP is currently implementing changes to go digital. The BSP believes that digitalization of the financial industry complements our initiatives in promoting the sustainability agenda. Through a collective effort, digitalization will not only make certain processes more expedient, but also advance our sustainable and inclusive recovery. Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya, i-digital mo na.
Maraming salamat, Director Joyce, Assistant Governor Arifa, and Assistant Governor Lynn. These are financial inclusion champions of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Now, if you want to post anything on Facebook or Twitter in connection with our BSP Youth Summit, huwag kalimutan gamitin ang ating hashtag 2021BSPYS. Pwede rin kayong mag-comment sa live stream sa FB.
Okay, so to give us the event's keynote address, let us give a warm round of applause for our BSP Governor, Benjamin E. Jokno.
Sa libu-libong kabataang Pilipino na kasama natin ngayon sa BSP Youth Summit, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Nagtuturo ako dati sa mga college students, kaya masaya ako na kasama ko kayo ngayon. At dahil namimiss ko na rin ang pagiging profesor, hayaan yung magkwento muna ako tungkol sa financial system. Di ba pinanganganak ang karamihan sa inyo nang magsimula ang electronic banking sa Pilipinas noong 1980s? During that time, when we said e-banking, limitado ito sa automated teller machine or ATM. Nauso pa rin naman hanggang ngayon. Makikita natin ng mga ito sa shopping malls, convenience stores, bank branches, at kung saan-saan pa. Noong 2000, ay naging laganap ang paggamit ng internet. na naging game changer sa larangan ng financial technology. Ito ang naging daan upang mas maging mahusay ang serbisyo ng mga bangko at iba pang financial service providers. Sa tulong ng internet banking facilities, nagkaroon ng 24/7 access ang mga kliyente ng bangko sa kanilang mga accounts. Maaari na silang mag-fund transfer, magbayad ng bills, mag-apply ng loans, at magsagawa ng iba pang banking transactions. Gamit lamang ang kanilang personal computers at ngayon, pati mobile phones. Isang trivia para sa inyo. Alam niyo bang sa Pilipinas, nag-umpisa ang paggamit ng mobile money services? Ang konseptong ito ay unang pinakilala ng isang telecommunications company noong 2001. Ito ay para sa mga Pilipinong malalayo na hindi naaabot ng serbisyo ng mga bangko. Gamit ang SMS technology, ang isang tao ay maaaring mag-fund transfer, magbayad ng bills, at bumili ng kanyang mga kailangan. Noon pa man, interesado na ang Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas sa mga ganitong klase ng teknolohiya. Bilang texting capital of the world, nakita at ginamit natin ang mobile technology upang maabot ang mga kababayan natin na sa malalayong lugar at isali sila sa mga tinatawag nating financially included. Noong 2015, pinakilala ng BSP ang National Detailed Payment System Framework na siyang nagbigay daan sa interoperable fund transfers sa pagitan ng iba't ibang bangko. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon tayo ngayon ng tinatawag na automated clearing houses. Ang PesoNet ay ginagamit sa pagka-transfer ng malalaking halaga ng pera, habang ang InstaPay naman ay ginagamit sa real-time transfer ng mas mababang halaga ng pera. Sa panahon ng pandemya, malaki ang naitulong ng PesoNet at InstaPay. Lalo na kailangan nating manatili sa loob ng bahay upang maiwasan ang panganib ng COVID-19. Unti-unting natuklasan ng mga Pilipino na posible palang gumawa ng mga financial transactions kahit hindi gumagamit ng aktwal or pisikal na pera. Safe na, convenient pa. Dahil sa digital at online banking, nagawa nating i-monitor ang ating mga bank accounts at mag-transact sa kabila ng mga lockdowns. Sa pamamagitan ng electronic money, nakakapag-add to cart tayo, nakaka-order tayo online ng pagkain, gamot, damit, at kung ano-ano pa. At nai-deliver pa rin right to our doorsteps. Gamit ang mga digital payment channels, may pamahagi rin ng gobyerno ang ayuda sa ating mga kababayan. Marahil ay marami sa inyo ang nakagawa na ng mga digital transaction at naranasan na rin ninyo kung gaano ito ka-convenient o ka-efficient. Sa ngayon, patuloy pa rin ang paggamit ng digital payments sa ating bansa. Nagiging bahagi na ito ng tinatawag nating new economy. May ilang mga layunin ng BSP sa ilalim ng new economy. Kabilang dito ang mga sumusunod. Una, by 2023, at least 50% o kalahati ng kabuuang financial transaction sa bansa ay digital na. At pangalawa, 70% o 7 sa bawat 10 Pilipino na adults ay magkakaroon ng financial accounts. Sinisiguro din ng BSP na ang payment systems ng bansa ay safe, efficient, reliable, at secure sa pamamagitan ng pag-issue ng mga polisiya at pagsuporta sa mga kinakailangan nating mga batas. Kasama rin dito ang aming ginagawa pagdating sa mga kailangan ng mga consumers. Sa larangan ng payment systems katulad ng interoperable bills, pay at request, to pay facilities at ang QRPH. May ilan na rin siguro sa inyo ang nakasubok bumili ng mga bagay sa convenience store, butika, o shopping mall gamit ang QR code. Patuloy din tayong nakikipagtulungan sa Philippine Payments Management Incorporated upang mas maging reasonable ang mga fees sa paggamit ng mga digital payment systems at mas magkaroon ng mga innovative payments related products and services. Pagdating naman sa digital infrastructure, sinusuportahan ng BSP ang Philippine Statistics Authority sa pag-imprenta ng ating ID, national ID, na tinatawag natin na Philippine Identification System or PhilSys. Umaasa tayo na sa tulong ng PhilSys, magiging mas madali ang bukas ng bank accounts at mababawasan ang requirements na apply sa trabaho. Mahalaga rin para sa amin sa BSP ang financial education. Kaya naman, nariyan ang PSolid, ang ating Facebook page na gagabay sa ating personal finances. Pinakikilala rin namin ngayon ang kaibigan ni PSolid na si Ecolid, na siyang tutulong sa inyong mas maintindihan ang mga komplikadong konsepto sa economics. Sina PSolid at Ecolid ay nariyan upang tulungan tayong mas maintindihan ang epekto ng bawat economic and financial decision na gagawin natin. Sana ay matulungan nila tayo sa pag-unlad ng ating mga pamilya at maging ang ating bansa. I-follow nyo lang ang kanilang mga social media accounts. Ang kinabukasan natin ay nasa inyong mga kamay. Let us maximize all the possibilities and opportunities of digitalization. Nakita natin kung gaano kabilis magbago ang teknolohiya. Kailangan nating makisabay o mas mauna para hindi tayo mahuli sa takbo ng mundo. May kasabihan nga, taig ng maagap ang masipag. Kaya natin maging pareho. Sa loob ng ilang taon, kayo na ang mamamahala ng ating ekonomiya. Mag-aral kayong mabuti, magmasid, mag-eksperimento, at matutong hamunin ang mga nakagisnan na kung kinakailangan. At sa pakikibahagi at paglahok ninyo dito sa Youth Summit na ito, punong-puno ng pag-asa ang aking puso at diwa. Maraming salamat sa organizers, sa mga teams na nag-submit ng proposals, at sa inyong lahat na narito ngayon. The challenge is on. Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya. I-digital muna.
Maraming salamat, Gov. Ben. And si Gov. Ben gave us a little trivia, di ba?
Yes.
Papatrivia din ako. Because hearing that message of the governor, let me tell you a little secret. It was not secret. A few years ago, emphasis on few, I was a student of Gov. Ben. It was Economics 151, Public Economics. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, lest you figure out how old I am. But I remember distinctly how he was as a professor. And not much has changed.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to hear that message from the governor. So remember the message of the governor, maagap, what was that? Daig ang, there you go. Help me out here. I'm sure you remember.
You remembered.
But do both. Thank you very much, GovBen. If you have any comments on what GovBen has said, please don't forget to use our hashtag 2021 BSPYS.
Of course, ang dami natin lahat natutunan at nakakatuwa din namang malaman that the BSP has embraced technology early on and has taken efforts to modernize our financial system. At alam mo ba, Jay, the
my turn.
BSP has collected more than 200 video questions that were posted by college students from different parts of the Philippines through our hashtag AskGovBen campaign.
We have selected a few to be featured and answered by GovBen personally in today's program. You want to see what these questions are? Let's watch this.
My name is Hannah Clarice from Backstate U Economic Society, and I would like to ask Governor Ben the following question. In the midst of pandemic, what is the significant role of Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas in our economy and country as a whole? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Hannah. At all times, but especially during times of crisis, having a stable financial system that supports production activities and consumption is crucial. The COVID-19 pandemic has heightened the BSP's role in preserving the stability of the Philippine economy and the financial system. First, it extended short-term loans to the national government to help the national government finance its COVID-related activities. Second, it directed banks to extend grace periods for loan payments to provide relief to borrowers from March 8, 2020 to December 31, 2021. Third, it temporarily relaxed certain regulatory requirements for banks, so they in turn can manage the impact of the pandemic and this allowed banks rather to be more capable of extending loans to their customers at a critical time. Fourth, the BSP cut its own policy rate to record lows, thereby influencing banks to cut interest rates they charge their customers. Fifth, BSP reduced the reserve requirement, that proportion of deposits that banks are supposed to keep as reserves, so banks had more available funds for lending. In sum, we have released 2.2 trillion pesos into the financial system.
Hi, my name is Josh from the University of Asia and the Pacific, and I'd like to ask GovBen the following question. What is the rationale for imposing the limit of 5 digital banking licenses annually? Does this outweigh the benefits of faster growth and increased competition that will be beneficial for consumers? Thank you.
Good question, Josh. The BSP needs to strike a balance between promoting an enabling environment for financial innovations on one hand and ensuring safety and soundness of individual financial institutions and the entire system, as well as protection of consumers on the other hand. The limit on digital banking licenses allows the BSP to assess the financial performance of digital banks, their impact to existing banks and the banking system, and their effectiveness in achieving the BSP's financial inclusion goals. That said, the limit on digital banking licenses can be modified or lifted by the Monetary Board as new evidence become available.
My name is Jessa May Migrinho from Region 7 Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants. and I would like to ask GovBen the following questions. How would the establishment of the Digital Payments Transformation Roadmap for 2020 to 2023 help strengthen our economy? What are the efforts being done in order to improve digital financial literacy, especially in rural areas?
Hi, Jessa. The BSP's Digital Payments Transformation Roadmap 2020 to 2023 sets out our initiatives and strategies for achieving an efficient, safe, and inclusive payments ecosystem. It supports the objective of converting at least 50% of the total volume of retail payments into digital form, and the onboarding of at least 70% of Filipino adults to the financial system through ownership and use of a transaction account. The BSP is working closely with development partners in identifying and providing strategic support in the form of technical assistance and technology transfers, or technology matching grants rather, to improve financial services for rural communities and other unserved sectors. The BSP also continues to work on a more targeted e-payments campaign and digital financial literacy program.
Hi, I'm John Carlos Ibibo, and I'm from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila, under the College of Accountancy and Finance. I would like to ask GovBen about the following question. How can the national ID system contribute to digital transactions? Further, can the Philippine identification system reach people in native communities? Thank you, and God bless.
Thanks for the question, John. One of the reasons why many people do not have bank accounts is the lack of proper IDs. With the national ID, we make it easier for people to open digital or non-digital financial accounts. This will unlock many financial opportunities for a vast majority of Filipinos. Having a proper financial account gives them access to credit, investments, and other financial services. With the Philippine ID system, everyone, rich and poor, those in urban centers and rural communities, young and old, will be accounted for.
Hello, my name is Odyssey Abuol from Ateneo de Davao University and a member of Pigla Sopat. And I would like to ask Governor Ben Jokno the following question. Governor Ben, is it possible for the Bangko Sentral to issue CBDCs or central bank digital currencies as soon as possible, given that we're projecting a more digital economy in the next following years?
Hi, Odyssey. Like many central banks in the world, the BSP is closely monitoring developments that involve the issuance and use of privately issued or CBDCs. Results of the recent BSP study on CBDC indicate that at this point, the BSP needs to continue its research on the subject. It needs strengthened capacity building of its own staff, and it needs to establish networks and partnerships with other central banks and institutions that are undertaking similar studies. These activities are essential in fostering greater understanding of the operational issues, challenges, and the technology behind CBDCs. That said, BSP is not keen in issuing its own CBDC anytime soon. Let me assure the public that any future policy decision by the BSP on the issuance of CBDC shall be aligned with its policies as overseer of the country's national payment system, as well as emerging developments on CBDC.
Jay, sobrang interesting at informative nitong segment na to, don't you think?
Ang galing nila magtanong,
Ang
no?
galing nilang lahat.
When you were a student, did you ask such interesting questions?
Let's not talk about it here. Okay, so we want to thank everyone, especially our college students, for using our hashtag AskGovBen to personally interact and connect with our BSP governor.
Kagaya ng sabi namin kanina, these are only few of the questions that we received. So if you want to see all the questions, we have that posted on our Facebook page. Kaya, again, we're happy to hear from you. And if you would like to comment or have questions, please use the hashtag 2021BSPYS.
Again, thank you very much for those who posted their questions. The posters of the videos we feature today will be receiving prizes and giveaways.
Speaking of prizes and giveaways, di ba sabi nila, the more
Yes.
entries you send, the more chances of winning.
More chances of winning.
So, being the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas anniversary month, we have we give you an opportunity to get more prizes if you visit our BSP anniversary microsite. If you would like to do that, you can visit us at www.bsp.gov.ph/sites/bsp@28.
So everyone who's watching right now, you can check it out after this live stream. And of course, if you want to share your inputs, your comments, any suggestions, you can use our hashtag for this year's event 2021 BSPYS. At maaari rin kayong mag-comment down sa ating live stream ngayon.
Alam nyo, I'm sure you've heard it over the past few messages that you've heard in this live stream, that recurring themes are digitalization and financial inclusion. Why this is important, together with a well-functioning and safe payment and cash ecosystem, we would like to hear next. And we have the perfect resource person for you.
So without further ado, let us all welcome BSP Deputy Governor Mamerto E. Tangonan of the Payments and Currency Management Sector.
Governor Benjamin E. Diokno, Secretary Carl Kendrick Chua, distinguished colleagues from the BSP, dear students and guests, good afternoon. I am happy to have this opportunity to address our dear youth in today's special event to talk about cyber hygiene. This is a very important topic as it complements the BSP's efforts to further digital payments in the Philippines by addressing concerns and perceptions some users may have on security risks, which deter them from using digital payments. Essentially, what I want to say to you today is, huwag tayong matakot na gumamit ng digital payments. We can make our digital payments experience safe and secure while taking advantage of its fantastic benefits such as convenience and cost savings kung tayo ay maingat sa ating mga digital financial transactions. Having an effective cybersecurity is critical to growing the use of digital payments and accelerating the development of the digital economy. The 2019 Financial Inclusion Survey of the BSP reports that 69% of the adult Filipino population have mobile phones. But wait, only 12% of them use it to perform financial transactions. Also, while 53% of Filipino adults use the internet, only 9% of these use it for financial transactions. Based on the same survey, one of the main reasons behind the non-use of mobile phones for financial transactions, that's actually the second from the top reason, is the lack of trust in digital transactions. Thus, the BSP implemented a digital literacy program as part of our financial education advocacy aimed at increasing public trust and confidence in the digital finance ecosystem and encouraging massive usage of digital financial services by consumers across all sectors, individuals, corporations, businesses, and even government institutions. An important component of the program is a cybersecurity awareness campaign. to ensure that financial consumers remain vigilant in practicing appropriate cyber hygiene to protect their accounts and online transactions. Apart from social media-based communication campaigns, the BSP also works with strategic partners to deliver key messages on cyber hygiene. This afternoon, I would like to share with you these important messages to help counter vulnerabilities to scams and frauds and to ensure positive experience and outcomes when doing digital financial transactions. Importante para sa amin sa BSP ang inyong positive experience and outcomes dahil dito natin tunay na makikita at mapapatunayan ang kahalagahan ng digital payments. So first, I will talk about some simple but important considerations that can help us have a good user experience when making digital payments transactions. Then I want to highlight that cyber hygiene is a shared responsibility among the financial institutions, the regulator, that's us, and the users, that's you. As users, I will share with you cyber hygiene practices so we can avoid being victimized by online fraud. For awareness, I will also be talking about the more common types of online scams. Lastly, I will discuss what you can do in case you are faced with issues on your digital payments transactions. Tulad ng nabanggit ko, the BSP's efforts in promoting digital payments and vision of transitioning to a cash-light economy go hand in hand with our hope that the Filipinos truly experience the convenience and efficiency of digital financial transactions. To this end, there are certain considerations that we hope you can keep in mind to safeguard a positive experience in digital payments. One crucial consideration is to use only reputable and trusted payment service providers, or PSPs. If your PSP is a bank or e-money issuer, or EMI, these must be licensed by the BSP. Ang EMIs, katulad ng bangko, ay kinakailangan na may lisensya galing sa BSP. We caution you against dealing with entities that claim to be EMI but have no license from the BSP, because if you encounter any problems in your engagement with these unlicensed entities, the BSP may be constrained from extending assistance. Para makasiguro, pwede ninyo tignan ang listahan ng EMIs na may lisensya galing sa BSP. We have this list posted in the BSP website. Another consideration when doing digital financial transactions is to make sure that your internet connection is secure. Hanggat maaari, iwasan natin na gumamit ng public computers or public Wi-Fi. Kung kailangan talaga na gumamit ng public Wi-Fi, consider setting up a virtual private network or VPN software, which will prevent hackers from intercepting information that you send over a network. Lagi din nating i-check kung maayos ang internet connection para tuloy-tuloy ang ating transaksyon. If the internet connection is spotty, consider trying when the connection is more stable. Let us also be mindful when doing digital financial transaction and double-check all details before confirming. Make sure you're sending the correct amount of money and to the correct account details of your intended recipient. Baka sa pagmamadali, magkamali tayo, kaya mas maigi kung ating i-double check ang detalye ng ating transaksyon upang maiwasang magkamali. O para mas madali at sigurado, gamitin natin ang QR code na QRPH para padala o pambayad gamit ang InstaPay. At sa darating na 2 o 3 buwan, pati sa pambayad sa mga supermarkets, department stores, restaurants, at iba't ibang tindahan. And of course, we need to practice good cyber hygiene to stop cyber criminals and fraudsters who are determined to breach security or steal personal information. I will share more on this in a while. We emphasize foremost that cybersecurity is not the responsibility of only one person. The user, financial institution, and the regulator each have their own responsibilities, and there must be collaborative effort between and among them. On the part of the BSP, we are working with our partners in the industry to prevent these threats. Financial institutions under the supervision of the BSP are required to comply with strict regulations on cybersecurity. Further, the BSP Payment Systems Oversight Framework, or PSOF, under Circular Number 1089, requires all payment service providers, or PSPs, to comply with consumer protection and information security regulations, among others. Non-compliant PSPs can be penalized. Dahil dito, mas target ng mga fraudsters ang mga users dahil alam nila na ang mga BSFIs or BSP supervised financial institutions ay may kaukulang security measures laban sa cyber threats. Instead, they try to find weakness on the part of the users. This underscores the importance for users to have the knowledge and ability to protect themselves from fraudulent online transactions and scams. Earlier this year, business groups in the Philippines issued a joint statement on the expected increase of cybercrime based on research conducted by Cybersecurity Ventures, showing that global impact could hit $6 trillion in 2021 and up to 10.5 trillion annually by 2025. They also cited data from the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, showing that from March to September 2020, there were 869 online scams, 37% higher than the 633 incidents recorded in the same period in 2019. According to the business groups, these incidents happen because more often than not, users ignore notices and warnings on cybercrimes. And so, they urge the public to heed these notices and warnings not only for their own sake, but also to preserve the stability and trust in the financial system, which are essential for economic recovery and normalcy. So we now come to the role that you, as users, can play against cyber financial criminals. Let us heed the call of financial institutions and business groups para maging ligtas ang ating online banking and digital payments experience and to help curb the expected increase in cybercrime. These are simple tips, but effective as security measures. First, on passwords. People are likely to choose passwords that are easy to remember, such as birth dates, phone numbers, or addresses. May iba pa yata sa atin, ginagamit din ang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or the word password. Huwag na natin gamitin ang mga ito because these are the easiest for cyber thieves to guess and the easiest to hack. Let's be creative and deliberate when making our passwords and instead use combinations of capital and small letters, numbers, and special characters. You may also consider using passphrases that may have some personal meaning that will make it easy for you to remember, but difficult for the cyber thief to guess. It is important, of course, to keep passwords along with your personal and account details private. For security and safety purposes, huwag i-share ang inyong mga passwords, mga PINs or personal identification numbers or OTPs, mga one-time pins, at anumang personal na impormasyon. Where it is necessary to share account details such as account numbers or account names, but never passwords or pins to enable you to receive fund transfers, you may do so, but only to persons or institutions that you trust. Another way is to check if your bank or EMI app allows you to generate a QRPH code that you can send in place of sharing your account details. For better security and safety when making digital financial transactions, activate the multi-factor authentication and account activity alerts of your bank or EMI app. You may also enable text or email alerts for account activity, which will allow you to receive notification when unauthorized transactions are attempted on your account. If you are not sure about these features in your bank or EMI app, pwede natin itanong sa ating mga bangko or EMI kung paano i-activate ang mga ito. When making purchases online, Make sure to transact with legitimate merchants and with secure sites. Gumamit at bumili lamang sa secured at legitimate na websites. Cybercriminals are only too eager to get their hands on the credit card or bank account details provided for the online purchase, so supply these information only for secure sites that have encrypted connections. These are the sites whose addresses start with HTTPS, where the S at the end stands for secure. You can also check for the icon of a padlock next to the address bar. The rest of these tips requires vigilance in monitoring our accounts and cautions to immediately report to the bank or EMI when you experience any suspicious account activity. The BSP and financial institutions release advisories every now and then on the trends on scams. If you come across such advisories, please take the time to read it for awareness so that you can take caution. Because if we can identify a scam, then we can avoid the trap. Lagi din nating bisitahin ang mga websites ng ating bangko at EMI, pati na rin ang BSP para sa mga important advisories. Sa panahon ngayon, ang karaniwan scams ay ang phishing, the money mule scam, donation and COVID-19 scam, and imposter scam. Tauna, yung phishing. Phishing refers to a social engineering scheme to obtain or any attempt to obtain sensitive identifying information by a person disguising himself as a trusted entity in an electronic communication for the purpose of illegally accessing a victim's online account. The attacker tricks the victim into opening a text message or email and to click a link that will install a malware or cause a ransomware attack or reveal sensitive information. Kaya maging maingat at mapanuri sa mga text at email na natatanggap. In other words, think before you click. Number 2, yung money mule scam. Money mules are persons recruited to lend their personal bank or e-money accounts to receive cash deposits or online transfers from illegal sources for a fee or a commission. In this scam, the scammer will send you money and use you to move or transfer the money to someone else. Essentially, you are being asked to launder stolen or illegal funds. Kaya kapag nakatanggap tayo ng funds sa ating accounts at hindi natin kilala ang nagpadala nito, do not move the funds or refrain from making transactions with your account. Immediately report the suspicious transaction to your financial institution. It is important to take this caution so that you will not be associated with potentially illegal transactions. Ito rin ang isang dahilan kung bakit kailangan na maingat tayo sa ating mga account details. Di natin binibigay ito sa kung sino-sino man lang. Just remember to immediately report unknown fund transfers made to your account to your bank or EMI. Third, yung donation and COVID-19 scam. Usong-uso to ngayon. This involves fundraising for fake charities or fraudulent donation drives that take advantage of the goodwill of the public to help the victims of natural disasters or extend help to frontliners or medical personnel. In times of calamities, we of course have a natural desire to extend help. Para makasiguro na ang tulong na binibigay natin ay mapunta sa mga talagang nangangailangan, we must be vigilant and conduct some background check or verification to ensure that the soliciting person or entity is from a government agency or from a legitimate charitable organization, or that the solicitation is legitimate and truly intended for the victims of the calamity. For the COVID-19 scam, cybercriminals may also pose as agents of the government or health authorities and use phishing texts or emails containing news updates, medical bulletin, or health tips on COVID-19 with the intention of redirecting you to another website, trick you into opening a malware, and obtain your username, account, or password. Kaya mag-ingat tayo sa ganitong mga text or emails at huwag basta-bastang mag-click sa mga links. Ika-4, yung imposter scam. Imposter scams come in many varieties, but work the same way. A scammer pretends to be someone you trust to convince you to send them money. Most common, the scammer will impersonate companies you do business with, like your bank, utility companies, or government agencies. Kung kahina-hinala o kaduda-duda ang mga impormasyong hinihingi, huwag ibigay at huwag kaagad magtiwala. If you encounter any of these scams, the most important thing to remember is to never provide or divulge your personal information, username, or password. Remember, no financial institution or legitimate entity will require you to provide your account information through call, text message, or email message. Kaya tandaan po natin yan. If in doubt, whether what you're encountering is a scam, double check if the message you received is from a legitimate source. It is not uncommon to occasionally receive emails or messages from some government agencies or banks, utility, or telco companies. For messages purporting to be from a government agency, if there is no yung at gov.ph in the domain name, in the email address, it is very likely that the message is not from a legitimate source. You can also do a spell check. If there is a mistake in the spelling in the email address, again, it is likely that the message is a scam. So take the time to verify and check the email addresses of the messages that you receive. Should it happen that you fall victim to an online fraudster, be assured that there is a recourse mechanism in place. Talagang nakakabahala ang ganitong sitwasyon, but let us not be afraid. Instead, let's remember what we need to do to resolve the situation. First is to immediately report to your bank or financial institution any suspicious activity or actual security incident encountered. It may also help to know your financial institution's recourse mechanism for awareness on resolution process and timelines as well as escalation. You can find these in the financial institution's website, or you can ask your financial institution. If you need further assistance from the BSP, please get in touch with us through Bob or our BSP online buddy through the BSP web chat in our website, by SMS, or through the BSP Facebook. We hope with this information and guidance, you can arm yourselves against fraudulent online transactions and scams. Let us not be discouraged by these online scams, nor allow the cyber criminals to deprive us of the benefits of digital payments, such as convenience and cost savings. Let us not let them take away the success that we have gained in our efforts to furthering digital payments. Sama-sama tayong maging matatag, matapang, at matalino sa pagsunod sa cyber hygiene practices. Let us empower ourselves with the knowledge that we have to secure our digital payments experience and be active participants in our goal of transitioning to a cash-light and financially inclusive economy. Thank you and good afternoon to you all.
Maraming salamat, DG Mert. And one thing I learned from you today, hygiene, whether personal or cyber, is very important. Ikaw din, ano natutunan mo?
Well, a lot of things, especially po the S after and then the padlock icon. It's really helpful not only for us but also for our millennials and our watchers today.
Buti na lang kasi kayo, younger millennials, younger people. It comes naturally for you to go digital. Kaya be mindful also and be responsible. Okay?
Yes. So dapat sundin natin lahat yung sinabi ni DG Mert for us to have safe digital transactions. And of course, you millennials, all of the watchers right now also has digital experiences. So we encourage you to share all of this by using our hashtag 2021BSPYS, or you can comment down on our live stream.
Meron din kaming section on digitalization sa BSP Anniversary website. Okay? So ito ay www.bsp.gov.ph/sites/bsp at 28. Ngayon, sa mga papremyo doon sa BSP Anniversary Microsite, abangan ninyo ang BSP
Abangan nyo yan.
Facebook.
Exciting
May mga premyo dyan.
prizes.
Okay?
Okay, so for the next part of our program, we have invited campus media organizations and the BSP's press corps to join us in a press conference. Again, let us welcome back DG Mert.
We also invite Assistant Governor Edna Villa to join us on stage to help us answer these questions. May we remind the press in the WebEx room to turn on their cameras while we ask the youth leaders and the student competition finalists to turn off their cameras. So if we're ready with the questions, we can probably start, no?
We can start?
Yeah. Let's go.
So
you have one there then?
Okay, we can start from the campus press. So this is from Piniel Robles of the National Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants. So Ms. Piniel, ask away.
And so good afternoon. As we shift into a new normal wherein business and financial transactions are carried out through technological means, what role will BSP's digitalization efforts play in rebuilding our economy post-pandemic? Furthermore, what are the BSP's concrete plans encountering hindrances such as unstable internet connection and lack of digital resources?
GEV?
Any one of you, po?
Yeah. Hello? Is this on?
Yes, po.
So thank you, Peniel Robles from National Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants. Kaya pala mahina. So okay, what role does BSP play in digitalization efforts? Or yeah, well, digital payments has or contributes a lot to economic growth and financial inclusion. No? It helps users, consumers, businesses, and government perform payment transactions in a more cost-effective way. So it makes the financial transaction more efficient, and it also speeds up the transactions. So that by itself generates a lot of savings and productivity. And second, digital payments enable new business models to be successful in the market. So, for example, paying or the ride-hailing apps and the many other apps that we now have in the market came about and were enabled by digital because the online payments and remote payments became possible. So and of course, when there are more people who open accounts or use their accounts because digital payments make it convenient to own and use one, then people now keep their money in their bank or EMI accounts, and that in turn can be used to fund capital for more productive use of the funds, like lending them to businesses who can multiply or make the wealth grow, and of course that wealth would find its way back to the market. So AGEV, AG Edna, you want to add?
Hi. Thank you very much, Peniel, for that question. Dagdag ko lang, DG. Pag digital ka magbabayad, kunyari, kung sa gobyerno natin, pag digital na tayo magbabayad, mas magkakaroon ng audit trail para sa gobyerno, tapos ma-avoid din yung mga leakage na common sa kadalasan na nakikita natin sa publiko. Tapos gusto ko rin dagdag, DG, na dahil nga sa digital payments ngayong pandemya, kahit nasa bahay ka, pwede kang mag-add to cart, DG. Kaya bibilis ang ekonomiya. Pati yung dati-dati, 'di ba, maghihintay ka pa ng mag-clear ang cheque. Dahil ngayon digital na, kahit na pag nakabayad ka ng PesoNet o kaya ng InstaPay, pwedeng same day mo makukuha yung credit sa account mo. Kaya mas bibilis ang pag-ikot ng ekonomiya. Yun lang ang gusto ko idagdag, DG. Salamat.
Question all the way from Batangas State University. This one is from Aubrey Salamat. Aubrey, are you here?
Yes po, hello po. Good afternoon po. So, good afternoon. How can the central bank encourage people to be more inclusive in terms of using digital platform, particularly those who lack of technological skills? Thank you.
Okay, salamat sa tanong. Thank you very much, Aubrey. Ang tanong mo, how can the central bank encourage people to be more inclusive in terms of using digital platforms, particularly those who lack technological skills? Na-explain yan kanina ni DG, yung marami kaming mga consumer awareness programs na ini-instill sa BSP. Alam nyo, 69% ng adults sa Pilipinas merong mobile phone. 53% gumagamit ng internet. Pero napaka-konti lang na portion ng dalawang bagay na yon ang actually gumagamit ng digital payments. Kaya kailangan pa nating palawigin ang pagkakaalam ng mga tao tungkol sa tungkol sa digital payments. Sa isang survey na na-conduct ng BSP, ang nakita namin ay isa sa bagay kung bakit hindi nagdi-digital payments ang mga adults at ang mga kabataan katulad ninyo ay ang kakulangan ng awareness sa process, kakulangan ng awareness na kung saan ito gagawin. Kaya isa yan sa mga programa ng BSP. Isa pang dahilan kung bakit kaunti lang ang gumagamit ng digital payments ngayon or hindi pa ganun kadami ang gumagamit ng digital payments ngayon ay ang pagkakaroon ang kulang ang pagtitiwala sa sistema. So isa din yan sa mga gustong ipahiwatig ng BSP sa mga young adults na katulad ninyo. Sabi nga ni DG Mart kanina doon sa kanyang presentation, kailangan nating magtiwala sa sistema because meron namang mga processes that are in place to enhance the trustworthiness of digital payments in the Philippines. TG?
Yes, AG Edna. Gusto ko lang idagdag, Aubrey, na ang inyong central bank ay nagko-collaborate with the financial institutions upang maabot sa inyo ang efficient, safe, at reliable na digital payments service. So, kasama nila, tumutulong kami upang magkaroon ng nararapat na digital payment service para sa inyong mga transactions. Gaya ngayon, meron na tayong PesoNet at InstaPay para po sa inyong funds transfer o pagpapadala ng pera o pagbabayad. Ngayon po, pinapilot na rin po natin ang paggamit ng digital payments sa pambayad sa mga tindahan, sa mga merchants. No? Meron na tayong QRPH P2M. Nakapilot na po ngayon yan at ang full commercial launch po niyan ay darating sa itong susunod na 2 o 3 buwan. At magkakaroon din tayo nung sinabi din ni Gov. Ben kanina yung interoperable digital bills payment para inyo pong magamit ang digital payment sa pagbayad ng inyong power, water, telco at iba pang mga bills na ng mga services na inyo pong ginagamit. So, kami po sa inyo pong central bank, we make sure that the services are delivered to you efficiently and conveniently. So we maintain a competitive environment, an inclusive environment na kung sino man ang makakapag-provide sa inyo ng magandang serbisyo at sa mababang halaga ay maaaring mag-offer nitong mga digital payment services para sa inyo. Now, doon sa ating demand side interventions, nakwento na ni AG Ed na kanina yung na ang inyong BSP ay nagko-conduct ng parang consumer awareness campaigns, ano po, yung ating mga pisolit upang maparating pa sa nakararami nating mga kababayan ang advantages at benefits ng paggamit ng digital payments upang maengganyo ang ating mga tao na mag-open ng account, bank or e-money account at gumamit na ng digital payments. Thank you.
Another question will come from Ms. Regine May Regalado of the Palawan State University. Ms. Regine, you can ask now. Okay. So I'll read the question from Ms. Regine May Regalado. Given the BSP's initiative of bank digitalization in the Philippines, what are the methods you've developed to secure a cashless society from any cybersecurity threats to the citizens who are using it?
Maraming salamat, Regine. So, how do we secure cashless society from cybersecurity threats? Okay. Ang inyo pong central bank ay nagpatupad po ng policy at regulation po na nauukol sa cyber resilience framework. Ito po ay naaayon sa global standards tulad po ng NIST sa Estados Unidos at pati na rin po ng Bank for International Settlements. So, amin pong minomonitor ang pag-comply dito ng ating mga financial institutions para po masiguro na ang atin pong financial system at digital payment services ay secure po at inyo pong magagamit with confidence at comfort na safe po tayo from cyber security threats.
We have a question here from Bren Carl Talita. He's from the Junior Philippine Economic Society. Uy, member ako nito dati. So, Bren Carl, what's your question?
Hello, good afternoon. All right. How significant is the money digitalization initiative at this point in time? Thank you.
Brett, could you repeat your question, please?
All right, sorry. My question was, how significant is the money digitalization initiative at this point of time?
Did you get that, Pam? How significant is the digitalization initiative at this point in time? How significant? I suppose it's about the reach or what are the milestones we have attained already?
Well, is significant as ever, no po. Because in the 2019 BSP Financial Inclusion Survey conducted, it reported that 85% of Filipinos use digital payments. So it is the financial service that is most widely used by the people. So that is where we can make the most impact, no po. So kaya importante po na gawin po nating efficient 'yon at ligtas at naasahan na ngayon po ay talagang magamit natin siya effectively sa atin po mga financial transactions. Would you like to add anything, AG Edna?
Dagdag ko lang, kaya nga ang goal ng BSP ay ma-achieve natin na ang digitalization ng financial transactions by 2023 would be 50%. Isa pa ring goal ng BSP ay that 70% ng Filipino adults will have bank accounts para naka-onboard na yung mga individuals at that time. So, madami kasing benefits ng digitalization at gusto natin talaga lumawak pa ang reach ng paggamit nito sa ating bansa.
Kimert and Assistant Governor Evie.
So, so this is the last question from Ms. Mika Santa Teresa of Oikonomos Nexus of PUP. Indeed, this movement is not exclusive for urban and modernized cities, but how about those communities who lack strong internet connection, even electricity? What is your plan with them?
Ang BSP po ay we support efforts of the other branches of government to bring digital connectivity even to what we now say as remote areas or areas outside urban areas. So nandyan po yung pag-support namin sa executive order upang magamit po yung or maliberate yun pong satellite communications upang magamit ito to deliver internet services. No po? Opo, satellites. At pangalawa, sumusuporta din po ang BSP sa bill na nasa Kongreso na open access to data platform kung saan ina-advocate ng bill na yung mga magpo-provide ng internet services may not necessarily be franchised telco companies.
Gusto ko lang idagdag, DG, hindi, while ideal talaga na lahat tayo magkaroon ng internet connection, sa data natin ngayon, hindi naman lahat, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina at present ni DG, hindi naman lahat ng may access sa internet, ginagamit ito for financial transactions. So, again, ang kailangan mas maraming makaalam. Kaya ang mga summit katulad nito na nakaka-reach sa mga kabataan na katulad ninyo, napaka-importante. So lahat ng mga na-learn ninyo sa hapon na ito, please, pakishare ninyo doon sa mga iba nyo mga kaklase, kapitbahay, mga magulang ninyo, lahat ng hindi pa gumagamit ng digital. Kasi sabi nga, ang theme natin, di ba? Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya, digital mo na. Di ba, DG?
Yes, AG Edna.
We second that motion.
Yes.
We have 3 more questions from press for this time, and we're hoping that DG Mert and Assistant Governor Edna can answer very quickly these questions. First one is from Licha Pongyan of Manila Bulletin. Would you advocate for 100% shift to e-payments, or would you prefer to leave a portion, maybe 20% of payment transactions still done in physical cash?
Well, of course, we are trying to transition the economy from cash heavy to cash light, no? As Governor Ben mentioned earlier. So in that vision, it doesn't totally eliminate the use of cash. So for us, whatever is let's say appropriate or more convenient for our people to use in specific use cases or payments transactions, we will support that. But then of course, we want to see most of that be done using digital payments. Again, because of the economic benefits and advantages that we have already mentioned. No? Now, the story with coins may be different. No? Kasi yon, we would, well, in the long term, we would really want to be in a coinless state, no? So yon, pwedeng totally ma-transition out of, or we transition totally out of coins, oo, physical coins, no? Pero kung cash itself, kung as long as meron pa pong mga payments use cases or transactions where it is more appropriate or let's say relevant, no, to use cash, then okay lang po yun. Although in from what we see, talagang um, most of the payments use cases are done digitally. Ito rin po yung mga nakikita natin sa mga advanced economies like Sweden. Although dominant na talaga yung digital payments sa kanila, meron pa rin natitirang konti, no, na payments na gamit ang cash. REJ Edna, you wanna add something?
Thank you, DG Mert. Our second question will come from Ms. Joanne Villanueva of the Philippine News Agency. What's the latest share of digital payments to total payment transactions in the Philippines? Is the BSP's target for digital payment transactions already achieved? If not, what remains the challenge to achieving this and how could this be addressed?
So Joanne, thank you for that question. You wanted to find out the latest share of digital payments to total payments. Okay.
Jane Madula.
Yay! Congratulations, Jane. Our next winner for amongst the lucky sharers, our second winner is Ivory May Montecillo.
Congrats,
Congratulations.
Ivory. Okay, so this one has a really interesting name. Okay, so for our third winner,
Uy, artista yan ah.
oo nga, baka siya talaga to. Di kaya?
Sige, tingnan. Malalaman
tingnan
natin pag tinawagan ng ating mga BSP
Okay, so
representatives.
for our third winner, Mr. John Lloyd Villanueva. Wow, a really nice name, ha?
Oo nga, John Lloyd.
Hmm.
Lucky sharer.
Lucky, lucky.
The next sharer, next lucky sharer, and is the winner. All our winners get collectible commemorative coins from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Yes.
And the fourth lucky sharer is Clarissa Urbi. Congratulations.
Congrats, Clarissa.
And
And
we have
last,
one more.
last but not the least, of course. So our last winner is a full GB. You have an interesting name, huh?
Oo nga
A
eh.
full GB. Okay?
Baka yun yung kanyang Twitter handle.
Screen name.
Oo,
May
screen
screen name siya
Yeah.
eh.
Congratulations to everyone.
So congratulations to all our raffle winners. So BSP personnel will coordinate with you with the shipment of your prizes.
All right.
Okay.
Alam nyo, they're not the only winners today. Because in early May, well, this year, of course, the BSP announced that the first ever student competition for teams of college students from any school in any part of the country was going to happen. The competition generated 93 project proposals that aim to promote digital financial inclusions in the country. The BSP Screening Committee evaluated these proposals and narrowed them down to 23. They became our semifinalists. From 23, the Board of Judges trimmed them down to top 5 finalists. That's where we are now, because these finalists were allowed to orally present and defend the proposals to the BSP Board of Judges, chaired by the Managing Director of the Strategic Communications and Advocacy last June 30. Today, we will announce the result of the judges' ranking of winners.
So of course, for our event today, we are joined live by these 5 teams of students whose project proposals made it to the final round of the 2021 BSP Youth Summit Student Competition. So as finalists, you are already winners. Lahat sila panalo na, no, Jay?
Oh, yes.
Panalong-panalo na kayo lahat. And of course, you will take home different sets of prizes based on your ranking as determined by the BSP Board of Judges. I am sure that you are excited, as we are. We are always excited for this one, as we are to know the competition results.
May we remind the student competition finalists in the WebEx room to turn on your cameras, while we ask the youth leaders and the press to turn off theirs. So in no particular order, we will now show the proposals of these top 5 finalists. They were prepared by the finalists themselves, and these showcase a summary of their proposals. And we begin with the first group, and they come from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. The title of the proposal is Re-Digitize as One.
Hello everyone, I am Jemar Lukzon and I advocate for digital adoption.
And I am Elaine Milkachan Gasico and I advocate for national inclusion.
Hi, I am Jed Laborada and I advocate for financial literacy.
Our coach is Carlo J. De Los Santos. We are from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and we digitize as one.
With the pandemic, we were forced to stay at home. But how can we promote digital financial services at a distance?
We understand the struggle of the Filipino people who usually says, "Alkansya na lang kaya?"
Safe ba yan? Di ba ako masascam dyan? And
Kas pa rin naman tinatanggap sa palengke.
from this, we streamlined two vital gaps, trust and convenience. The trust gap stems from the lack of knowledge on digital finance. On the other hand, the convenience gap stems from the lack of access points. To address these, we simultaneously tap into the key stakeholders involved, the government agencies, private institutions, students, and key influencers in the community. BSP will partner up with DepEd to implement curricular changes promoting digital financial inclusion, One Student, Two Unbanked program, and BSP Student Excellence in Finance Award, which shall persuade students and their households to make digital finance as a habit.
Majority of older Filipinos trust their LGUs as well as their compares and comares. This is why BSP will push for the digitization of LGU salaries as well as cash disbursements like job orders, ayuda through the SAP, and scholarship grants. Furthermore, BSP introduces the Gawad Ika Unlaran Award for LGUs to spark political will in making digital finance a priority in their localities.
Lastly, BSP will hold a marketing campaign entitled "We Digitize as One" across different platforms like TikTok, radio, TV, and relevant social media sites, encouraging Filipinos to open digital wallets and live a digital lifestyle. Change can happen when we simultaneously tap the key stakeholders involved, from the students who try to educate households to LGUs who make concrete actions pushing merchants and communities towards digital finance. Ibangon ang ekonomiya. I-digital muna. We are the young policymakers from UP Diliman.
And we digitize as one.
Truly impressive team UP Diliman. We digitize as one, and we're eager to see how you will do in the rankings.
So from their presentation, I know that everyone is excited for the next one.
Mhm.
So let's call them up. Our next group is from the University of Asia and the Pacific, and their project proposal is called e-peso.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anna Grillo. Hi, I'm Ashley Castillo.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Teresa.
And I'm Gio Henson, together with our other teammate, Carlo Cordobes, and our coach, Jody Ong, and the University of Asia and the Pacific. We're all proud to be here, and we present to you our proposal, the e-peso.
Looking at the Philippines, only 1 in 10 adults use smartphones for digital financial transactions. With a goal of promoting financial inclusion and providing an efficient and safe digitization of payments by 2023, BSP then faces a predicament. Lack of awareness and trust, slow internet connection, and preference for bank or ATM transactions are the top cited obstacles. However, to address these in line with the Philippine environment's lack of conduciveness for digital transactions presents a causality dilemma. How would this work if agents need to first be widespread, but agents cannot be placed everywhere until the service is widespread? It is to this question that the group's proposed solution is the implementation of an unstructured supplementary service data, or USSD system, as an alternative to online payment applications. We envision this system as the e-peso. This USSD-based system will connect banks to consumers through MSMEs without the consumer's need for physical access to ATMs, bank branches, or the internet. E-peso allows them to store their money, pay off bills, and purchase items from various agents. Essentially, through MSME retailers, individuals who use the e-peso platform will be able to convert their cash into digital money and pay off whatever liabilities they have through simply texting them away. This system aims to increase digital transactions due to 3 primary reasons. First, less dependence on internet-enabled devices. Second, ease of use. And third, inclusion of social classes C and D. Given these, the system will be more useful to a wider range of users, thus making it easier to market to individuals as a system that is useful and necessary. With regards to its implementation, Phase 1 focuses on creating the system. Phase 2 focuses on the awareness and adaptation of various stakeholders involved, such as barangay officials, consumers, banks, and agents. And Phase 3 focuses on the management and further regulation of the initiatives. Ultimately, our goal is to financially include more Filipinos, and we believe that with our system, we can accomplish this.
So thank you, e-peso. That was one great presentation.
Our next finalist comes from the Catanduanes State University, and the title of the proposal is Pagsupnit. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jurisa Kate Sopet.
Afternoon, I'm Eunice Landinilla.
Good afternoon, I am Andrew Colatero.
Hello everyone, I am Joel Coquin together with my teammate Jean Kitapel and our coach Mr. Ian Aranel towards digital financial transformation of Abaca farmers through 2021 and beyond.
Catanduanes is the world's largest abaca producer, supplying 87% of the world's requirement. Ekonomiya, digital mo na.
There you have it, our team from Catanduanes State University with their proposal, Pagsupnit.
So our next group, I think this is the fourth one, Jay. They are from the Ateneo de Manila University. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay. So their project proposal is called Tech Negosyo.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hapon Sinyotanan. My name is Eunice Tanila, and I'd like to introduce you guys, the rest of my team.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. My name is Marta Torres.
Good afternoon, I'm R.A. Solomon.
Hi there, I'm Rocco De Castro.
Hello everyone, I'm Ivan Bueno. And to introduce our coach, Sir Vince, I think you're on mute. Yeah. Sir Vince Rapisura, and we are from Ateneo de Manila University. And we proudly present to you our program proposal, Tech Negosyo.
Kilalanin si Aling Teki, ang may-ari ng ukay-uhay kung saan suki si Joven. Isa si Aling Teki sa tinatayong 8 milyong nano-enterprises o maliliit na negosyo sa Pilipinas. Dahil sa pandemya, muntik na mawala lahat ng kita at ipon niya. Maging si Joven ay di na rin makabili sa kanya. Makatutulong sana kay Aling Teki ang pagkatuto sa online selling at iba pang kagamitan sa financial technology upang mapalago ang kanyang ukay-ukay. Ngunit ang problema, limitado ang kanyang kapital at hindi rin niya alam at takot siya gumamit ng internet para sa kanyang negosyo. Makatutulong kaya sa kanya si Joven na bihasa sa paggamit ng internet?
Paano kaya ako makakatulong kay Aling Teki? Aha! Dito sa Tech Negosyo, makakapag-ambag ako bilang isang business student sa kolehiyo.
Sa tulong ng BSP Youth Engagement Arm at mga kaanib na microfinance institutions at mga kooperatiba sa tech negosyo, napag-alaman ni Joven ang mga pagsubok na kinahaharap ng iba't ibang mga nano-entrepreneurs. Bilang kabahagi ng tech negosyo, nag-ambag siya ng learning materials sa e-commerce, digital business processes, at financial literacy para sa nano-entrepreneurs. Maaari itong i-download ni na Aling Teki sa kanilang mga cellphone mula sa Tech Negosyo website o sa opisina ng mga microfinance institutions at kooperatiba. Masigasig ng ibinahagi ni Joven sa pamamagitan ng social media at mga tarpaulin ang mga benepisyo ng pagpaparehistro sa Tech Negosyo. Saka sa cellphone at aksyon ni Joven, mas maraming nano-entrepreneurs ang nagtala sa tech negosyo. Dahil sa kanilang panibagong kasanayan sa digital business transformation, maaari na nilang maibenta ang kanilang mga produkto online at mapalaki ang kanilang kita at kapital. Talagang wagi sina Aling Teki. Kaya't kabataang Pinoy, halina't isulong ang teknolohiya. Maging kasangga sa pagbangon ng ating ekonomiya.
Very useful siya kay Aling Teki talaga. No?
Talaga.
So, thank you, Tech Negosyo.
And our fifth finalist, the last one for today, is from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. And the title of the proposal, Palengqr PH.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, my name is Oliver Kyle Montisur, and I am the team leader of Palengqr PH.
Hi, I am Paolo Nicomedes of Palengqr PH.
Good afternoon. I'm Harper De Leon from Palengqr PH.
Hi, I'm Raymer Cabatu, a member of Palengqr PH.
Hi, I am Martin Rafael Torres, a member of Philippine PH, and especially Mr. Joram Obshoma, our advisor of Philippine PH. One of the essential stages in shifting to the new economy is by digitizing the majority of small payments, where payments are high in volume yet low in value. Public markets or palenques cater to most of these transactions daily, and with the natural environment of these areas, health and sanitation is of utmost priority. Therefore, in line with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas' objectives to bring the institution closer to the Filipino people, we propose Paleng QRPH, breaking the barriers to digital payment systems starting from local public markets. Paleng QRPH is a nationwide caravan initiative that will move from municipalities and cities to assist and onboard merchants in the wet and dry public markets in making QRPH codes available as a payment option. Through the widespread availability of QRPH, it is expected to establish vital changes in breaking the barriers to digital payment systems due to its accessibility and interoperability. Paleng QRPH will be done through proper partnerships with electronic money institutions, coordination and communication with local government units and associations of market vendors, and lastly, equipping the Palengke vendors with QR codes and knowledge on how the digital financial services work. Through this nationwide caravan, digital payments will be more accessible, understood, and available to the masses. Paleng QRPH, breaking the barriers to digital payment systems starting from local public markets.
Let's give a hand to Paleng QRPH and all the 5 finalists for their very, very, very incredible proposals for our 2021 BSP Youth Summit. All I can say is wow.
Wow.
Seriously,
No
you gave
other
us a hard
words.
time.
Yes.
And that was a whole lot of debate right there. And we can really see how much hard work you put into your proposals, all the creativity, and they all paid off. As a member of the board of judges, I witnessed how each of you explained your proposals, and I must say that I am very, very impressed.
Tama ka dyan, Jay. Kasi they are all winners already. Talaga namang presentation pa lang, ang galing niya ng lahat. So in fact, lahat sila ay may matatanggap ng prizes and giveaways. Sana all!
Sana
may
all!
prizes, no?
Katulad ng 5th placer, ang matatanggap niya ay 14,000 pesos worth of prizes and giveaways.
Ang ating 4th placer will receive 21,000 pesos worth of prizes and giveaways.
Samantalang ang 3rd placer, they will receive 25,000 pesos worth of prizes and giveaways, and this includes a 6 pieces limited edition Lapu-Lapu silver medal.
Our 2nd placer will receive 35,000 pesos worth of prizes and giveaways, including 6 pieces limited edition Lapu-Lapu 5,000 piso commemorative banknotes.
And should the winner of Miss Universe not be able to fulfill their duties as Miss Universe,
I
the
think
first runner-up, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong contest. The 1st placer, they will receive 56,000 pesos worth of prizes and giveaways, including 6 pieces limited edition Lapu-Lapu 5,000 piso commemorative banknotes. And 6 pieces Lapu-Lapu silver medals.
Yes.
That's a whole lot. And not very many people get those.
Yes. Very limited edition, in fact, right, Jay?
Mhm.
So to announce the final rankings of the finalists, let us welcome back DG Mert.
Thank you. I'm really impressed by how these students crafted their proposals. You had given us a lot to think about and consider in crafting programs and policies indeed. This country is in good hands. Your ideas are well thought of, and for that, I would like to congratulate you. You're all winners at this point. I hope that you will continue to champion digitalization and help improve the lives of your fellow Filipinos. Without further ado, here are the rankings. The 5th place is Tech Negosyo from Ateneo de Manila University. The 4th place is pagsubmit, Catanduanes State University. Third place is E-Peso from the University of Asia and the Pacific. The second place is Jay. This is important, right? Because if for some reason the first placer,
does not fulfill.
Yeah, yeah. So second place goes to Paleng QRPH from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. And with that, the first place is We Digitize as One, University of the Philippines, Diliman. Congratulations again. You all did a very great job. You're all winners of this contest. Thank you.
So maraming salamat, DG Mert, at congratulations
Congratulations,
to all our winners.
everyone.
They're all winners already. Talaga namang ang gagaling nilang lahat. So I know that everyone, especially to the millennials, for all the viewers, you have reactions from all the proposals that you have watched this afternoon. So again, you can post your reactions and comments and suggestions to our hashtag 2021 BSPYS. And of course, you can also comment down in our live stream.
So congratulations once again to our youth leaders for making these proposals. All very creative and all very well thought out. As you know, the youth groups have made this event possible this afternoon. So at this juncture, we would like to call the leaders of our youth organization who helped us make this event a success. And we begin with Phoenix Foundation, J. Phoenix.
Junior Philippine Economic Society.
The Junior Confederation of Finance Associations, Philippines.
National Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants.
The Polytechnic University of the Philippines College of Accountancy and Finance Student Council.
Wealth Educators Circle.
University of the Philippines, Visayas, Economicus.
Palawan State University Student Government.
University of San Carlos School of Business and Economics Student Council.
Batangas State University Economic Society.
And the University of St. LaSalle Junior Philippine Economic Society.
And again, maybe remind the youth leaders in the WebEx room to turn on their cameras while we ask the press and the student competition finalists to turn off their cameras.
And as you make your commitments, DG Mert will be right here on stage to listen very intently on what you will commit to. So youth leaders, you may now start.
Times are changing and we need to cope fast. The global health crisis has prompted us to look for ways to continue living amid limitations on health protocols. With the digitalization of financial services, innovative solutions have emerged to support the reopening of the economy while minimizing the resurgence of the virus.
We strongly advocate for the digital transformation of financial services in the country. By fostering agility, adaptability, and digital fluency, financial technology is uniquely positioned to support the country's bid to shape a new economy that is more resilient, inclusive, and technology-able.
No glitch going on? Yeah, can we have the next one? Maybe there's just a slow internet, but next association, please.
Digitalization also promotes the noble cause of financial inclusion. Through innovative, modern financial technologies, Filipinos, even from the remotest barangays in the country, are able to conduct transactions at the comfort and safety of their homes.
We believe that by making digital financial services available and accessible and beneficial to all citizens, each Filipino will benefit and contribute meaningfully to the country's economy. With more ways to transact, digitalization empowers all Filipinos to take part in economic activities, contributing to the revival of the economy. Each transaction, no matter how big or small, is a step closer toward recovery.
With digitalization, we ensure the timely distribution of the government's cash assistance amid disasters and emergencies. For example, the Small Business Wage Subsidy Program last year leveraged on financial technology via PesoNet for beneficiaries with bank accounts and through 2,500 partner outlets nationwide for beneficiaries who had no bank accounts. The program efficiently distributed wage subsidies directly to more than 3 million beneficiaries in about 2 months. It was the first major proof of concept demonstrating that digitalization can foster a cost-effective, timely, and secure delivery channel to distribute government aid.
We support the digital payments transformation roadmap of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. This roadmap aims to achieve an efficient and inclusive payment system by converting 50% of the total volume of retail payments and expanding the proportion of the financially included to 70% of Filipino adults.
Roadmap also encourages innovations that will boost real-time payment velocity by making more innovative digital financial products and services available to the public. Enabled by the National ID system, these services will be supported by the availability of modern payment services that will facilitate the real-time processing of financial transactions.
As such, we join in the call for the development of more digital financial streams that will build an inclusive digital finance ecosystem, establishment of a digital finance infrastructure, facilitating smooth payment transactions and delivery of government aid, and implementation of sound digital governance standards safeguarding the integrity, security, and privacy of consumer data.
From our end, we will commit to promoting financial technology to our peers and families by teaching them how to open and use digital payment accounts and the benefits the technology provides. We will ensure that by year end, the people in our social circle will know how to send money to their loved ones, pay bills, and do shopping online via accredited electronic payment providers and with reputable online retailers and billers.
The pandemic opened our eyes to lessons we should never forget. It shows us the gaps in public health, social safety nets, disaster response, and countryside development. Our aspirations for a more inclusive and prosperous post-COVID world necessitates putting in place critical pillars of the digital economy, including robust digital infrastructures and skills training, e-government transactions, national ID, and an enabling legal and regulatory framework. We urge the country's leaders to make good use of these lessons in shaping a new economy defined by shared and sustainable prosperity.
As we move forward, our steps should be guided by the lessons of the past and the promise of a better tomorrow. Taking the digital path will lead the Philippines toward a bright and promising future. As forthcoming leaders and frontrunners of the country, we support the digitalization initiatives of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, not only for economic prosperity, but for the advancement of financial inclusion as well. On behalf of the Filipino youth of this generation, we join the call. Ibangon natin ang ekonomiya. Digital mo na.
To give the response of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we welcome again Deputy Governor Romelto Tanganan.
Hearing the support of these young and dynamic youth leaders, have strengthened my faith that we can achieve a highly digitalized and financially inclusive nation soon. With the help of the youth leaders, such as those of you in the audience, we can further promote digital payments that will bring its benefits to all Filipinos and help everyone improve their lives. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm very happy to hear that we got your back in pushing for the country's digitalization. Sama-sama nating ibangon ang ekonomiya, i-digital mo na.
So, thank you very much, DG Mirth, and to all our youth leaders. At eto na naman kami, magpa-plug na naman kami ng hashtag never ending hashtag. You can use our hashtag 2021 BSPYS for all your comments, your suggestions, experiences.
Everything.
This summit, you can post it and use that hashtag.
You know, then all good things must come to an end. And unfortunately, for this BSP Youth Summit, we're right about there. And as we reach our conclusion, let me tell you, we are reaching this conclusion with a bang. To give the closing remarks for this event, let us welcome the National Economic Development Authority Secretary, Carl Frederick T. Chua.
Thank you very much, Governor Benjamin Diokno, Deputy Governor Mert Tangonan, Assistant Governor Arifa Ala, Assistant Governor Lynn Javier, Assistant Governor Edna Villa, Director Joyce Ciencia, mga kapwa manggagawa sa gobyerno, mga miyembro ng media, at mga mag-aaral, magandang hapon. Natutuwa ako na makita ang mga kabataan nandito ngayon upang magbahagi ng mga bagong idea para maisulong ang financial inclusion at digital transformation sa bansa. Ang ating karanasan sa gitna ng pandemya ay nagbigay diin sa kahalagahan ng ligtas, mabisa at inklusibong banking and social services, lalo na para sa mga mahihirap. Noong isinailalim ang bansa sa Enhanced Community Quarantine or ECQ, kaagad umaksyon ang pamahalaan upang ipamahagi ang ayuda or emergency cash transfer para sa mga nangangailangan. Ito ang pinakamalaking programang pang-ayuda na naisagawa ng gobyerno. Sa programang ito, nakapagbigay tayo ng mahigit kumulang na 200 billion pesos na ayuda para sa 18 million families o 75% ng ating populasyon. Ngunit marami tayong hamong hinarap na nag-antala sa pamimigay ng ayuda. Sa kasagsagan ng crisis, ay walang iisang kompletong registry or database upang matukoy ang mga nangangailangan ng ayuda. Bukod pa rito, 71% ng total adult population ay wala pang bank account, kaya hindi naging madali ang pamamahagi ng ayuda. Dahil dito, inatasan ng ating Pangulo ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno na pabilisin ang pagpapatupad ng Philippine Identification System o PhilSys. Ito ang magiging daan upang magkaroon ng valid at natatanging digital ID ang bawat Pilipino. Upang ligtas na maipatupad ang PhilSys sa gitna ng pandemya, habang patuloy na sumusunod sa minimum health standards, nagtakda ang pamahalaan ng 3-step registration process. Sa step 1, kokolektahin ang demographic data tulad ng pangalan, kapanganakan, at iba pang detalye sa pamamagitan ng house-to-house visit or online registration. Sa step 2, kukunin ang biometrics data tulad ng picture, fingerprints, at iris scan. Kasabay ng step 2 ay ang pagbubukas ng bank accounts sa mga registration centers. At sa step 3 naman, bibigyan ang bawat registrant ng kanyang PhilSys number or PSN at ang PhilID card. Mula zero registration noong nakaraang April 2020, halos 37.2 million na ang nakapagrehistro sa Step 1 or the demographic data collection ng nakaraang July 2, 2021. Kumulang na 16.2 million na ang nakapagtapos sa Step 2 registration o ang biometrics capture. At halos 4.4 million ang nag-apply para magbukas ng bank account. Dagdag pa rito, 343,742 registrants ang nakatanggap na ng kanilang PhilID. Bago matapos ang taong 2021, target natin na mairehistro ang 50 to 70 million Filipinos sa PhilSys. Ito ay magbibigay daan para sa malawakang paggamit ng electronic payments na magpapalago sa ating digital economy. Higit ding makakatulong ito upang mas marami ang maabot ng social at financial services. Mapapadali rin ng PhilSys ang malawakang pagbabakuna sa mga Pilipino at implementasyon ng digital vaccine credentials. Samantala, habang pinapabilis pa ang vaccination program, patuloy din ang pagpapatupad ng ating economic recovery package na nagkakahalagang 2.7 trillion pesos. Katumbas rito ang ng 15.4% ng ating ekonomiya or gross domestic product. Ang vaccination at recovery programs ay magbibigay daan sa ligtas na pagbubukas ng ekonomiya sa modified GCQ o mas mabuti, pagbaba ng age restrictions sa mga pinapayagang lumabas at pagbabalik sa face-to-face classes ng mga mag-aaral. Dahil sa maagap na pagtutulungan ng pamahalaan, pribadong sektor at international development partners, naging matagumpay tayo sa pagpapabilis ng pagbabakuna. Itong July 5, umabot na sa halos 12 million doses ang ating vaccine deployment. 9 million nito ay para sa first dose at 2.9 million naman ay para sa second dose. Nakatakdang dumating pa ang karagdagang 27 million doses mula ngayon hanggang August 2021. Kaya't inaasahan makakamit natin ang target na makabakuna ng 70 million Filipinos o ang buong adult population sa katapusan ng taong ito. Sa ngayon, umabot na hanggang 355,000 ang nababakunahan bawat araw. Sa pamamagitan ng mga programang ito, kaya natin maabot ang ating 6 to 7% economic growth target ngayong 2021 at bumalik sa pre-pandemic levels sa taong 2022. Patuloy ang pagsisikap ng pamahalaan na maibalik ang dating sigla ng ating ekonomiya. Malaking bahagi nito ay ang Economic Recovery Program at ang PhilSys Program. Kaya't hinihikayat ko ang bawat isa sa inyo na mag-register sa PhilSys. Tulungan din niyo ang inyong mga kaibigan, kapatid at kapamilya, lalo na ang mga nakakatanda, may kapansanan at hindi maalam sa technology. Ang iyong pagrerehistro at pagtulong sa iba ay magbibigay daan sa paglago ng ating digital economy. Bawat isa sa atin ay may kanyang-kanyang dahilan sa pagsulong ng financial inclusion. Para sa akin, ito ay para magbigay ng mas magandang kinabukasan para sa aking 5 taong gulang na anak na si Ashley at ang kanyang henerasyon. Lubos akong naniniwala sa potential ng PhilSys na maging isa sa pinakamakabuluhang reforma sa ating bansa. Pangmatagalan at malawakang ang benepisyo nito dahil kaya paghusayin ang serbisyong publiko at pagtibayin ang ating sistema laban sa mga darating na krisis na maaari pang nating harapin. Maraming salamat muli sa pagsuporta sa layunin ng gobyerno na itaguyod ang financial inclusion. Umaasa ako na may iilan sa inyo na sasali sa gobyerno upang ipatupad ang inyong mga mungkahi. Bago ako magtapos, nais kong magbahagi ng 3 araw na palagi kong binibigyang diin sa aking mga presentations. Una, palaging alamin ang batayan at katunayan ng ating mga naririnig at nababasa. Lahat tayo ay may access sa social media. Kaya mahalaga na maging mapanuri at kritikal sa mga nababasa natin dahil marami or maaring hindi ito totoo. Kung tayo ay magre-react at magkakalat ng impormasyong hindi tayo siguradong totoo, maaring makadagdag lang tayo sa pagkalito ng ating mga kapwa. Pangalawa, magmungkahi din tayo ng mga solusyon. Hindi lang kung ano ang dapat gawin, kundi pati paano ito gagawin. Maraming lumalapit sa akin na may mga idea mula sa kanilang textbook or mga binabasang libro. Ngunit hindi nila namamalayan na parehong textbook din ang aming binabasa sa gobyerno. Ang hamon ay kung paano gagawin konkreto ang mga ideyang ito dahil limitado lamang ang ating mga resources. Huwag tayo tumigil sa ano ang dapat gawin at isipin din natin kung paano ito gagawin. Panghuli, magbahagi rin tayo ng magagandang balita. Alam nyo, pag hindi natin nagustuhan ang pagkain sa isang restaurant, madalas na tayo ay magreklamo. Pero pag nasarapan tayo sa pagkain, madalas na hindi natin pinapaalam ito sa kusinero. Sa dami ng mga pagsubok na hinaharap natin ngayon, ang pagbahagi ng mga magagandang balita ay maaaring magbigay ng pag-asa sa ating mga kapwa. Magsisilbi itong paalala na maaari pa rin nating makamit ang mas magandang bukas para sa ating bayan. Maraming salamat at mag-ingat tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Secretary Carl, for sharing all that information, your pearls of wisdom, and for doing this live. Maraming salamat.
At ngayong hapon, grabe, sobrang dami kong natutunan. It was a very informative summit. Ikaw
Oh.
ba, Jay?
Kahit na matanda na ako, kahit na ako youth, marami pa rin ako natutunan. But there's one thing that is, I think, the most important, and that is the youth's role in making this possible, making this dream of having a cashless society possible.
Kaya naman, sama-sama nating
Ibangon ang ekonomiya, i-digital mo na.